Hello and good evening, everyone. How are you doing? Just type in the chat box. We are here for a wonderful workshop on TradingView where we are going to learn a lot of interesting concepts. As we speak, we are also live on YouTube. So anybody who is watching from YouTube can also just type in their comments. Superb. Superb. Sunil, good to see you here. I'm just checking my YouTube if it is also streaming properly. Just give me a second. Yeah, superb. So let's get started with today's session. And today's session will be much in-depth learning in terms of TradingView. So hopefully it will be super useful to all of you. How many of you are ready to learn today? Just type RTL. RTL is ready to learn in the chat box. Superb. And, let me just keep this here and let's get started with the mind map. So I'll share the mind map first and we will get started step by step. Once you are able to see the mind map, just type clear once it is clear to you. Right. So let's see if you are able to see the mind map. Superb. Okay, so what we'll do today is we will go deeper into understanding different concepts around TradingView, how we can do screening, how we can use some of the advanced alerting systems, and also we will learn about how to create more advanced features using TradingView. So this is the top level agenda today. We will learn about bit of how to load the charts and then straight away jump to stock screening. If you want to go in depth into TradingView about loading charts and how to change the settings and how to use the drawing toolbar, there is a separate video on my YouTube channel, so just go and watch it. But otherwise, we'll just touch upon those topics over here. Then we'll go deeper into a bit of alerting system. I'll touch upon watch list. Again, I've covered lot of in-depth content in terms of watch list in my one of the videos on YouTube itself, which is known as I think stock investing using TradingView, and the title would be Technofunda screening and charting techniques using TradingView. So just go through that video. I think that covers a lot of different things in terms of what you need to know about watch list. And as I said, the more focus will be on two topics today. One will be on stock screening, and the second will be on more advanced features you can get from this particular tool, right? And for people who are going to stay till the end, I'll be sharing a gift worth 5,000 rupees. In fact, I'll be sharing somewhere in the middle of the video so that you watch till entirely and don't just log in again in the end. So I'll be sharing sometime randomly during the video, and we'll make it fun. Yeah. So how many of you are ready for fun? Just type I am in the comment box. So it will be easy peasy learning. I like to keep things simple, so it will not be too difficult to digest. What I would like you all to do is just open your system. Also, just open your desktop. If you are on mobile, I would suggest to go on desktop and try along all these things along with me. That's where you will be able to implement a lot of these things, right? So I'll just give you some quick 20 seconds. Just go and grab your desktop and open the TradingView website, and I'll give you the link to open this. It's called technofunda.co/tradingview. It's my referral link, just in case you want to upgrade through Pro. Also, it will help you in getting some coins. They give some $30 coins if you have a referral link, so that will help you additionally. But right now, you can just go through this link, which I have just shared in the comment box, and just sign up there and go to the main charting screen, and that's where we can get started. If you want, you can just also do a quick I would say pro trial. They give 30-day trial, which is free. So you can even go for a trial version just in case you want to, side by side do things with me. Okay, so just make sure you are using that link to just sign up currently, right? So just go ahead. I'll just wait for a couple of seconds. Okay, so sorry, I think I just shared on all panelists. I'll share on all panelists and attendees. Yeah, so I've just shared the link again. And people watching from YouTube, I think it should be available on the comment section. So just go and grab the link and just sign up first. Create a free account if you want, basic account, or you can create a pro trial account for free. Anything is fine with getting started. Okay, once you are done, just type done in the comment box and let's get started into more practical things. Let's jump into it. Yeah, so superb. So I'm seeing a lot of comments with done here. So I think you guys are fast and you are taking action very quickly. Superb. Okay, so now let's get into the first part, as I mentioned. So let me share the screen again. So once you have done a quick sign up, or even if you have gone through the trial version, ideally you can just go to this pro and click here and do a pro sign up with the trial version, because a lot of features will cover will be discussed from that part as well. And then click on charts. Okay, so click on charts and you will see something like this, which is known as the main interface of TradingView. And here is where you can get through all the charts which are there, right? So what you need to do getting started, as I mentioned, this we have covered. I've shared the link. Just type technofunda.co/tradingview and pick up my referral link and get started. And now what we'll do is quickly I'll show you 4 different things which will help you to load your charts effectively. So 4 things which you require to load your charts is: first, this symbol search, where you can load the company. Okay, so any company which you require, you can just load it here. Say if you want to see the chart of Reliance Industries, just click over here and Reliance Industry will pop up. So this is the first thing. The second thing is in terms of timing. Okay, so what kind of chart you want to see. So you can load a minute by minute chart, a 1 day chart, weekly chart, monthly chart, whatever you want, you can load it here. So that's what is the second option, time interval. And what you can do also is just click on this favorites button, which is a star button, and that is how it automatically pops in here. So every time you don't need to search here. Once you click star button, add to favorites, it will automatically pop in here. So what I've already done is I've loaded daily, weekly and monthly charts over there, and that is already popping it up. Okay, so that is the first thing. So right now you can, you can load a daily chart or a weekly charts. That's perfectly fine for the understanding purpose what we are going to learn here. Okay, so that is second one. Then you need to select the chart type, which is the third option over here. So all of these things are all in the same sequence. So you don't need to find it anywhere. Just go from left side, symbol, time interval, and then type of charts. So there are different charts which you can use. There are bar chart which looks like this. Basically, it denotes the open, high, low, and close. And same way, candle represents the same thing but in a solid format. So whatever the distance between open and close is there, it will be basically in a solid format, and any movement beyond that will be the lines. That is the candlestick chart. And then you have a lot of other charts. If you just want a closing price, you have charts like line chart. There are a lot of new charts which are fancy these days, Renko charts and point and finger charts, which are also used. And some of the charts like Hikanashi, which are more of a trend charts, where you get all the candles in the same color when there is a one side trend. and it gives you much more better visualization. So use it whatever is comfortable to you. I generally prefer using either bar chart or candlesticks. I prefer generally candlesticks. Sometimes just for alternate views I use bar charts, but out there in west, bar charts are more popular. Candlesticks was designed by Japanese, right? So they basically started using candlestick, and then it went to west, and now even that is popular. Okay, so hope so far you have done this three steps. And once you do these three steps, finally what you need to do is just see whether your chart settings are up to the mark. So you can do right click on the chart area, click on settings, and you can change a lot of colors and all that. So if you want to change the color of body and borders and background, a lot of things could be done here. So just make sure whatever you want to view, what color you want to view, it's up to you. Just change it and get ready with the charts. Okay, so I'll give you some 30 seconds, and meanwhile you can just get ready. Once you are ready, just type ready in the comment box, and I will know that you are ready and all set so far. Okay, so just take few seconds and just get started. Okay, Pandi Rao is ready. So good. So just select the symbol, any company which you want to load. Select the time frame. Select the type of chart you want to, and select the settings which you want to configure. Okay. Superb. So let's get going into the next part now. Okay. So let's see what is in next over here. So let's now jump into the stock screening, right? Because that is the main topic I wanted to cover, and a lot of you will find it very, very useful because there are a lot of good features out there which you can use both in terms of technicals and fundamentals. A lot of you who know me know that I practice, blending of technicals and fundamentals, what I call techno funda investing, and a lot of the indicators and features which are available in screening encompasses both technicals and fundamentals, and that is where it gets even more powerful. Okay, so let's start with the screening part, and just click on this bottom left button, right? So the bottom left which says stock screener, that is the place to go for our all screening purpose. And once you click this, it'll open up the screener. You can adjust the height and all that. You can take it up to here, and this is where it will be super clear, right? So just do along with me so that you don't miss out any steps. I'll go slightly slower, and let's crack it in a best possible way. Yeah, so just make sure you are opening this window and then going to this filters tab, right? So the filters tab is what is the most essential part of screening, and this is what contains all the criteria. So there are three types of criteria when it comes to screening. So the first criteria is the descriptive criteria. So where you don't exactly have a number as such, but you want to select some filters. Like say if you want to only focus on NSE companies, you can select it over here. Already we have selected India, right? You can select globally any exchange, whatever you want. But what I did earlier is already I had filtered on India because I wanted to see Indian stocks. And then further, what you can do is you can go to exchange and select any exchange also. Same way you can select any industry which you want. So if you want to say select pharma companies, you can select the industry of pharma, and so on and so forth, right? So there are a lot of options in terms of descriptive filters which you can apply, and as soon as you apply any filter it will become like blue, so you know that that particular filter is already selected. Okay, and other some of the good features over here is basically you can select country, you can select industry, you can select open, high, low, what is the pre-market volume, post-market volume, a lot of fancy things you can do. But here I would not ideally use so many things. I will ideally just use the exchange feature if I want to select the market cap and the volume, because volume again will give you clues that you don't want to go into very tiny penny stocks and manipulative stocks. So you can have some threshold above which only you are looking at those volumes, right? So that is up to you. And then you also have a sector which is more fine tuned granular sectors which are out there within the industry. So industry is more like a wider industry, but here you will find more in around subsectors in this particular field. And if you are just looking to screen companies in one particular sector, and that is what I generally do, because I also look at sector price volume action, and I understand that okay, there is some sectoral movement that is going on over here, and how I can screen down that further and how we can get better insights from that, right? So this is what is basically used for for the further filter. You can select finance distribution companies, you can go through that. It might not be exactly how we see the Indian sector names, but it will cover a lot of different underlying sectors, right? So this is the second filter, which is very very powerful. Now coming to the second part, which is the fundamentals, right? So ideally I don't like to see, say, companies below certain P ratio, or companies below certain operating margins, and I only want to filter those companies where there is strength in terms of business fundamentals. So this is where it becomes too much potent. You can just see the criteria over here, and it is a lot of powerful tools which you have out there, right? So you can select, say for example, I want to select in terms of operating margin, and you can just use the search filter and it will give you. So say I want operating margin only above, say, 12%. Okay, so this is done and it become blue, so operating margin is selected. And then I want say price to earning ratio, I want above, say, 15 or 20, say 15. Okay. So these two criteria we selected from technicals. Now let's think about sorry, fundamentals. And now let's think about the technical criteria. Now I only want companies which has a broker rating of buy. Okay. So I can just select strong buy and buy over here. And only companies with a buy rating by a broker will get selected. How powerful this is, right? So this is like a magical thing which is available over here. And say for example, I want only companies which are making all time highs. Okay, so I can select this, and then I can even load indicators. So say for example, I want a relative strength index of, say, 14, which should be, say, above 50. Okay, let's select 50, and that will give me some strength indicators. And let's see, these are the indicators which we have selected, right? So now all these things, if you see on this bubble, it will show 7 filters already applied. So this bubble will give you the count of the filters which you have applied. Okay, so this is the process in order to basically filter down your underlying values. So as I said, you can filter down three different criterias. First is the descriptive criteria, where you can select sector and subsector and lot other things. You can also select fundamentals, as I showed a couple of criteria like operating margins. You can select P ratio. You can even select growth rates and all that. And then third is even more important, which is technical indicators. You can select ADX, RSI, moving averages, exponential moving averages. Lot of commonly used indicators are pre-built there. You can just select them, put a value, and it's done. Okay. And apart from that, you can also select 52-week highs, all-time highs, and broker ratings, as I showed you. And you can explore that, right? So I've just shown you what is possible in terms of selection, but what I would like ideally for you guys is to go deeper and select different things and see what all things are available as options, right? So just it's like go around a showroom and see what all different clothes are available. So it's exactly same, right? So clear so far? If it is clear, just type clear in the comment box so that I know you are following me and you are Clear until now? Okay, is it clear so far? Super. So now let's move ahead, and what I'll show you is in terms of the output, right? So right now we just did an input. Input is the filter criteria which we are selecting. Now the second level will be the output. What will come out as an outcome, which will help us in our underlying analysis. Okay. So let me show what all outputs you can derive from something like TradingView, and just stay focused. And this is one of the very very important thing which I'm going to share with you. Okay, so what output in terms of TradingView you find is, first of all, I only found these companies, right? So based on the criteria I just mentioned, I found say some 14 matches, right? So 14 tickers are loaded here, and these all things basically fulfill the criteria which I just showed you. Now if you want to have a customized output, first of all, there are different screens which are pre-built. So what I'm showing here down is all pre-built screen, and I'll show you one by one what does it mean and why it is helpful to us. So if you select the first one, that is an overview screen. Okay, an overview screen will have different parameters based on, you know, the percentage change, the ratings, the volume, the market cap, basically the most basic features which you look in a company, right? So it's a just a normal view which you get. That is the overview tab. Then the second one is performance. Okay, so once you click this, it will only focus on percentage returns, and these are all pre-built screen. You don't need to do anything. Okay, so it will automatically pop up. So it will tell you 1 month change of the price, 5 months change of the price, 15 month, 1 hour, 4 hour, and overall percentage change with respect to the last closing price, the weekly performance, the monthly performance, 3 months, 6 month, YTD, whatever you want. And good part is you can change all this, right? So you can sort by this, and you can also change and filter this. So if you only want, say, 6 months performance above, say 6 months it performs say 15%, and you filter down, only companies with more than 15% will pop up. Okay, here everything is popped because we are in a bull market and a lot of things are moving crazily, and we selected good fundamental criteria, so pretty much everything is coming. But this is the power of the customized screen. And you can also remove some of the things, so if you don't like, say, if you this looks very weird to me, I don't want to see 1 month change because it's already there in a monthly performance. I don't want to see 4 hours thing, 5 minutes thing, 1 hour thing, and even probably I don't want to even see 15 minutes performance. Okay, so I've removed 15 minutes, 1 hour, 1 minute, 4 hour, 5 minutes, all small short term spurts I don't want to see as an investor. So I've removed it, and pretty much what is left is the end customized screen which you want to see. Okay, and this by default doesn't get saved, so it will be like a performance and then star. So what you need to do is just use save column as, and you can say performance, and just name it, say, my customization, something like this, which lets you know that okay, this is your customized performance screen. Okay, so this is how you can use the customized screen and change. Second, you have similar way, you have different customized screen. So you have for valuation, where all the parameters will be with respect to valuation. So if you want to see PE ratios, price to revenue, EV by EBITDA, everything will be here. Same way you can also load, if you are just looking for dividends and what kind of dividend stocks are there, you can load the dividend screen and it will tell you dividend yield, dividend per share, what is the dividend paid recently, what was the last dividend paid. Same way, if you want to look at margins, it will give you perspective about gross margins, operating margins, pre-tax margins, which is a profit before tax margin, PBT margins, and then net profit margin, right? So it will give you the entire screenshot in just one view. And same way, you can see the glance through of income statement, you can see the glance through of balance sheet, and you can also see the glance through of some of the technical indicators. So these are oscillators, where you can see ADX levels, MACD levels, RSI, stochastics, and all those things. You can load it here. And best part, as I mentioned, you can also load your own indicators. So if you think you want to add more, perfectly fine, just go ahead and add the columns. That's as easy as it can go, right? So let me just show you some of those things, right? So suppose you have margins over here, and along with margins I also want to see, say, some price to sales ratio. Okay, so it will all automatically pop up. Suppose I want debt free companies, so I want to see total debt, if I can load it here, right? So I've found it total debt, and that will give me a bird's eye view if the debt is there or not for this particular company. And if I want to say filter this is also possible. So say I want to have a debt less than, say, certain thousand, or even if I want debt free, I can make it zero and I can filter down those companies. So you can just click on this chart like button, and you will be able to select the range and the criteria further for that column as well. Yeah. So this is how you can tweak different screens, and as soon as you do that, you can just save that as a columns, right? So save as, say, my in-depth screen, something like this. Okay, so you can just use some keywords like this and save it. And in future, if you want to just change anything or add any columns, there are all the options available here. You have to just put a search or just do a drag, and everything will pop up. It has shares, float, sectors, if you want to load, if you want to load technical indicators, if you want to load moving averages, earnings per share, all these things will be readily available, right? So this is how basically you can create the output the way you want to see your filtered companies. How many of you found this powerful? Just type powerful in the comment box. So this is the power, where again the beauty is you have to do it once. Whatever indicators you are finicky about and you want to see and visualize, just select one time, save the screen, and it's done. Okay, it is as simple as it can get that phase. Okay, so that is what we are able to do here. Okay, so all with me so far. And as I said, you'll be getting this gift anytime during the session. So just be alert. So everyone with me so far, just type with you in the comment box so that I know every one of you is following so far. Okay. So this is more on, whatever charting you want to do here. Now, one more powerful feature which I'm going to show you here is, in fact, three features. Okay, so ready for this? Three features. So three very, very powerful feature which will make your life very, very easy. Okay, so the first feature is, right now what I had done is I had done the screening based on the weekly time frame. Okay, so whatever price and volume and whatever I would be selecting, it will automatically adjust based on weekly time frame, right? So that is what is over here. Now, say I'm also looking at technicals, and I also want to change my time frame to get a multi time frame view, that whatever I'm seeing in a monthly time frame is consistent with the daily time frame, and it's also consistent with weekly time frame. So what I can do here is simply just go here and select any time frame which I want, right? So I can go as deep as 1 minute, then 5 minutes, 15 minutes, and it's pre-built, as all the filters are already there. Okay, so you understand the power of this. So all the filters, the input is already there, the output, the columns which we have already learned right now, it's already there, right? So both these things are already fixed, and as soon as you click on the 1 day chart, it automatically pops up the matches for 1 day. Okay, and same way, see, right now we don't have some indicators which are more predominant on weekly. If we would have selected some of the indicators, then it would have been very easy to visualize. But if there are some indicators which are dependent on time frame, automatically the number of companies in the list will change, right? So that is the first feature, which is very, very powerful. Real time, you can change the time interval. So I'm again going back to 1 week. The second and most powerful feature of this is you can download the data. So just click on export screener to a CSV file, and it will pop up in a CSV format. Exact data which you are seeing, it will come as a Excel. Okay. So, and this might be on the pro version, so you might need to upgrade, but you can even use the trial version for now and get all this data, right? So whatever we saw, it's real time possible to export in the Excel, and then you can play with this, use the filters, and a lot of things you can do based on your creativity. Now, the third and very powerful feature of this is the alerting system. Okay, so alerting system will basically give you a pop-up on the app, and now they have a desktop app also, right? So want to see the desktop app. So this is the desktop app. You have to just download on your PC, and it will pop up just like any other browser. Okay, so I'm just loading this. In the meanwhile, let's see how it looks. So they've just released this app recently. It's a beta version. You can go and check it out. I've heard for Mac it is not still so smooth, but for Windows it's like running crazily, and you can see exactly the same view. So can you see the power of this? Same thing which was loaded in my web browser got opened here. Okay, so that is how you can use it. So this is the desktop version they have just rolled out. I'm just closing it so far. So it will show you the pop-up on the app or a browser wherever it's open, and you can also play a sound. Now you can also send an email alert as soon as the new company comes in your screen. So it's like this, how I do it is a very simple hack. So I don't look at the screen every second. I am an investor, so I don't need to read the data second by second. So what I've done is some of the screens which I pretty much see on a day-to-day basis, I've just put an alert over there, and you can also put a SMS alert, and that is how it will configure. So you can just explore this. I'm not using it as of now, but you can also get a text message on your SMS on your mobile phone. But right now, I'm just using these two features: pop up and email. Email is more than sufficient because I generally look end of the day, and you just need to set and put a message. You can say that, okay, my all time high screen trigger. Okay, so you will know that some stock has made all time high. Just enable it and fix the date till what date you want to see this. So suppose I want to see this till 9th of January, and I just click on enable. It's done. So I need to just relax, whatever I want to do, spend time with family, read books, learn, whatever you want to do, you can do. And as soon as your triggers are coming, it will throw you an alert. As simple as that. So I like this kind of peaceful way of investing, where you don't need to spend your time daily basis on just checking the price, which is a very trivial thing, right? You need to focus on things which matters. The things which matters is, obviously, all of is the analysis part. So that is where your maximum time should go, and everything else should be automated. Okay, so automate your template, select all the columns which you want, freeze it for one time, and forget about it. Select your filters, and by the way, you can make certain these multiple screens and save, by the way. Okay, so it's not like you cannot save these screens. So you can just save these screens, like how I have saved Super Sunday screen and my best screen and all that. You can save it there. You can even favorite those things, right? So you can just click on favorite, and it will pop up. Okay, so this say my in-depth screen, if I just do it here, it will pop up over here. So that way it is very easy. Whenever you open, you just click on that, and that immediately pops up. Okay, and the screen part, you can save it here. So here you can save the screens, here you can save the column. So here, basically, save the input. Say I want to just see volume leaders, and let me just save this one itself so that it doesn't muck up. And then just click on save screen as, and just say I want to save it as my margin screen, something like this. Okay, right now the screen filter is gone, I think. I just did some error. I should not have selected that, but anyways, the idea is basically to give you the concept. I think I just mucked up the filter, but how you can do it is just save screen as and whatever you name you want to give, and that's done, right? So there are some pre-built screens which will give you a 52-week high, 52-week low, high dividend, all time high by default. Okay, so you don't need to apply any filters. Automatically the filters are applied. If you want to change those, you can change and save as different name, but these are all pre-built screen. If you want to add any screen, just add the filters and then just click on add screen as, save screen as, and then just save it. Okay, so here save the screen which you want, here save the format which you want, and once it is done, it's all peaceful. And then just put alerts and enjoy your holidays. Okay, so that's how this screening feature is so powerful. Okay, and I just love it in terms of the usability. And best feature is again to download this. Okay, so did you found it useful? Just say useful if you found it useful. So Arpit is saying one time I could not understand. Don't worry, this is going as a YouTube live also. So you can see the recorded video on my YouTube channel. How many of you are not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel? Just type me. I'll share the link. So what you can do is just subscribe, and this is going live right now. So in future also, if you want to see any live videos, you will get an alert. So just click on the bell sign and subscribe so that anytime I go live, you get automated alert, right? So you get easily alert, and you know that I'm doing something worth learning. So that is how you can track me real time. Okay, so that is the power of technology, and this is the power of technology in Tradingview also, which we are exploring right now. So that is how you make your life easy, you know. So the idea is always uh, to see things which help you save your time and do other more important things. Even if you are not spending the time into analyzing a company, at least you can spend time with your family, right? So that is how I see things in the real world. Okay, so let's jump into the second part. Okay, so I want to cover a few more advanced features before we close. If you want to try out, just try out. I'll give you some 1 minute. Just go ahead and try out by the time I load it. Okay, so just try the things which I've shared with you so far. So now what I'll show you is the watch list feature. Okay, so watch list is again a very good feature which I use. Let me just clean up this. Okay, so if you go on the top right, okay, this is where you will find the watch list, and this is my one of the watch list. But as soon as you go here, you have to just create a new list. Okay, so just click on create new list, and let me say year end super session, right? So this is a year end super session, so I'm just naming it with this. Hope you are also finding it as a super session and you are learning a lot of things. So here, once you create a new list, just click on this button plus sign, which is the add symbol. Okay, and there you can select any companies which you want. And good part is you can also, you know, upload the list which you have gotten from the download functionality, right? So I'll come to that in a bit, but let me first show you a couple of companies I'll load, and you can understand, right? So I'm just randomly loading some of the companies, so don't consider this as a stock recommendation or anything. This is for all learning purpose. So I'm just loading some of the Nifty 50 companies. That's it. I'm not doing any fancy thing, nothing. I'm invested, nothing like that. Okay, so Pidilite, say Asian Paints, and Reliance. Okay, so these are the three companies which I've selected, and what you can do with these companies is, first thing, you can track this with a different flag. So there are like 5 colors of flags which are there. So say suppose you rejected this company Reliance, so you can make a red flag. If you have bought this company, you can make a blue flag. Say you are having a tracking position, you can make a blue flag like this. Whatever you have bought, you can make a green flag. And this is how, real time you can track. Okay, so you exactly know in my watch list what companies I'm tracking, what companies I'm buying, what companies I'm selling. That is how easy it is to track the companies. Then other good feature is to export. Okay, so say for example, I want to just export and send it to my friend. And a lot of time I also encourage collaborative learning, so you can have a circle of people who are tracking different companies, and you can share the list with them. So just click on export excel, export watch list, and it will create a watch list like this. Okay, and the beauty about this is, right now I have just used this. I'm saving this as a different name. Okay, so I'm saving it on my desktop. Say I'm saving it as new super watch list. Okay, let's name it new super watch list. And what I'll do is, say for example, let me stop sharing as of now. I'll open the excel which I got as a download. Okay, so I'll open the excel now. And now let me share the screen again. Okay, so what I can do here is very, very powerful. So I can go to this excel, pull this bunch of tickers, say I copy here, and let's see if I paste directly whether it's working or not. Let me experiment this. I'm not 100% sure if it will work, or I need a comma or something. But let's save this for now, and let me delete this three just to see how powerful it is. Okay, so I've saved this new super watch list. Going here, and let me see if I can import this new list. Okay, so I'm going to desktop again, and I'm clicking on new super watch list, and boom. Okay, so see the power of this. So I got this download as a screen. I just copied that, pasted randomly on the text file without the same formatting or comma or anything. I renamed that list, and now here new super watch list has been created with exactly same order of the companies. And for Asian Paints, I already had a flag of green. It's already there, right? How many of you found this mind blowing? Just type MO, mind blowing, right? MB, mind blowing in the comment box, right? So this is the mind blowing feature of TradingView, where you can play between the screener functionality and watchlist functionality. So it's an interplay of screening and watchlist. And if you are good in Python, if you are somebody from IT background, what you can also do is you can create automatic download features like with Python or something. I don't know, my friends are doing such magics, but you can also do it probably. And then you can automatically upload, convert it into text file, and just upload on your import list. Okay, and that is how you can track a lot of these companies. Yeah. So Arpit is saying it's not coming in free version. Yeah. So if you want to make your life easy, some things you have to pay for. If you think it is a value for your time, then go for it. Otherwise, keep using free version, right? I just wanted to share that because uh, this is what is helping me. And if it suits you and it helps you, you can also explore, right? So uh, just take your call. If you think it's a value, then go for it. Okay, so that is the second part in terms of watch list. Now there are some advanced features which are there out here. So what you can also do is use a lot of customized indexing. Okay, so what you can do here is you can create your own index. So there are a lot of pre-built index in on BSE and NSE, right? There are Nifty 50, which is the Nifty index. Then there are mid cap index, small cap index. There are a bank Nifty index. You have a pharma index. You have a lot of such variety of index within the listed space itself, where you get a real time price and you can know the company's underlying. But what if you want to create your own index and you want to compare one company with that index, right? So that is something which is also possible here. So say for example, I want to make an index of 5 pharma companies. Okay, say I want to make a pharma index of my own choice of my 5 companies which I'm tracking. Okay, so how to go about it is very simple. Okay, so just select the company, say Cipla I want to include in my index, and again these are all random companies. Okay, so don't take this as advice. And then I just click on the plus sign. Okay, so the plus sign will give me the option to add more companies. Say I want to add Suven Pharma, and I'm just adding the NSE one. Then I want to probably add say Lupin, and then let me add the favorite of this particular bull market, Newland Laboratories, and one more famous company, Loris Labs. Am I making spelling checks? Yeah, here is the Loris Labs. Okay, so let's select the NSE one. So now my entire index is done. Okay, so this is my index, and I can just load this, and boom, right? So this is Cipla plus Suven plus Lupin plus Newland plus Loris Labs. And what I can do is I can go to this bottom, click here, and make it either to percentage or index to 100. So now I've created my custom index, and let me show in the daily where it will make much more beautiful sense. And now I know that how it is moving from a base of 100 wherever I'm starting, how it has moved as an index. And then on the top of it I can load a company or compare it, with with something else. And that is where the beauty will come, right? So I can compare this with, say, some other company, say one of the companies in index itself. Why not, right? So you can just click on Cipla, and now versus your index how Cipla has performed. Okay, so it will give you the relative strength of Cipla versus your own customized index. How many of you found this useful? Just type useful. And I'm also going to share one more mind-blowing things on the same concept. If you are eager to see that, just type bio. Bio is bring it on. Just type bring it on, and you will see something very, very useful now, which I'm going to show you. Okay, so now you know that this things is possible. What you can do also is you can put a weight to your index. So right now it's a equal weight. It's giving one weight to Cipla, one weight to Suven Pharma, one weight to NSC Lupin, one to Newland, one to Loris. What you can do here is you can also do like this, say multiplied by 0.6. So it will give 60% weight to Cipla. Say I want to give more weight to Suven Pharma, I multiply this by 2. So I'm giving 2 weight to Suven Pharma. And then for Lupin, I want to give, say, 3 weight. Okay, so I'm giving 3 weight, and rest I'm keeping at 1. Just press enter, and the magic is here. Okay, so this is how I've given a weight to my company, and still it is same valid index. And on the top of it I can also see the relative strength. I can also divide it. Say I want to divide Cipla by the same company. Okay, so let me just click here, and Cipla, just give me a second. I want to, yeah, so I'm just putting a bracket here so that it works efficiently without any mistake. So it's a pure mathematical operation. By now you might have figured it out. So I can do a division sign over here and put any other company. Say I want to see Reliance versus the index, and I press enter, and it is Reliance divided by the index of entire thing, and I know relatively how it has performed. So numerator is Reliance performance, denominator is my index performance. Okay, so this is the power of using this just one functionality. Divide, minus, plus, multiplication. You can use all the kind of mathematical operations, multiplied by 1 by 3, 2 by 3, 0.6, 0.2, 3 times 3.2, whatever you want to do, it's possible. Okay, so now no more you need to depend on any other index which are already pre-built. If you want to build an index of, say, platform businesses in US, and you want to compare a platform business in India, you can pretty much do it. Okay, so nobody will stop you for that. Yeah. So this is again a crazy functionality. Okay, so next I want to show you one more crazy functionality is this. Let me just bring out my mind map. So one more thing I want to show is you can export even the chart data on the CSV file, the live chart data. Okay, and this is something really, really beautiful, where you don't need to depend on NSE and download each and every individual data. Whatever time frame is selected, say daily, it's a 1 day chart which is loaded here. Just go here and click on export chart data. Okay, if you click on this, whatever chart data is there, so basically the entire index which you created, you can download as a data. Okay, so now in just 1 second I got the entire data dump, and once it opens you will see the magic again, right? So now this entire index I got open, high, low, close. Yeah, superb. So I got the exact data of the index which I have just built. Okay, and same way, if you want to do it for a single company, you can do it. So if I want to just do it for Reliance, which is any which ways you get it on the exchange, but here you don't need to actually wait for website and going to the index and all that. It's a real time. Any weekly, monthly you want to select, you get the open, high, low, close data real time, just with the click of button, any time frame. Okay, so you want to make this chart as a monthly, and you click on the export CSV. It will give you monthly data. If you want to have a minute by minute data, just select the minute time frame, and you get minute by minute data, which you, by the way, don't get it on the exchanges. You don't get a minute by minute data for free. Okay, here you get it from this subscription. Okay, so this is one more advantage in terms of some of the advanced feature it has. Now coming to the techno funda, right? So I practice a lot of things which blends technical analysis and fundamental analysis, and I want to see both aligning with each other. So if I see a company which is, say, moving like this, if Reliance is moving like this and it is going under a big trend, I also want to see how fundamentally some of the indicators which I'm tracking is also performing, right? And that is where what I do is I just overlay some of the indicators here, say operating margins. Okay, so suppose I want to load operating margins of the Reliance, say quarterly, yearly, you can again choose whatever you want to see. And if I want to see whether the trend of margin is also aligning with this particular trend, just in case I know that margin is one of the factors which is contributing, right? So I can see that, okay, the margins are slightly improving here, but again, it's flat. So it gives me a visual way to again understand the underlying movement of the charts based on the fundamentals also. If I want to see whether the company is increasing the debt, I can just load the total debt, and I can see how the balance sheet is moving over a period of time, and I know, okay, here it's probably flat and they are not taking too much of leverage. Okay, say I load some other company, say let me load say Alembic Pharma again, just for example, and you will again see the same thing. So I can see that Alembic Pharma, from 15% of margin, they've gone all the way to 27% of margin. So probably they are doing something interesting on the margin front. If I say see the debt profile, from almost 16 billion of 18 billion of debt, they've come down to 6 billion of debt just in 2 quarters. So I can understand, probably the debt is going down, they are generating even more higher cash flow combined with the increase in operating profit. So these kind of pointers will give me the clue that, okay, whatever this movement is there, it is not just the PE rating, but it's backed by fundamental strength of the company, right? So that is how you can basically blend technicals and fundamentals real time on the chart and see the cause and effect analysis, and also think about pointers which might be probably contributing to the movement of these companies, right? So that is where the real magic starts happening, when you start seeing things in the perspective and see the things how it is moving. Okay, so yeah, I think pretty much majorly this is what I wanted to cover. One more feature I'll cover before we close, and I also want to share the gift which I promised before that. So this is a small email course which I've created just in case you want to learn more about Technofunda analysis. um, you can just register here. I'm also sharing the link on the chat box. Just go and register there. It's technofunda.co/email course, email dash course. And you can register this. It's a free course. You don't need to pay anything. It will just give you the primer if you want to see how different ways we can blend technical analysis and fundamental analysis. Initially, it starts with some of the basic concepts of technicals, basic concepts of fundamentals, so that people who are just getting started, who are beginners in the field of investing, they understand some of these, and then it builds up on that. It's a very beautiful primer which I've created based on the different articles, podcast, and videos which I've already created. It will be a structured way of learning, so you can go through that. And every day you will get an email, and you can just implement those things. There are some case studies also which we will get to understand more deeper, and then you can basically start implementing those, right? So this is a special gift just because you are live here from my side. And go and grab it. Yeah, so I've shared it here on the chat box. Now let's go to one more concept which I wanted to share is the Pine editor. And this is basically the inbuilt language. So it's a more like a programming language of TradingView, where you can code different things. And a lot of you might not be comfortable with coding, so I'm just showing what is available. If it doesn't work for you, it's perfectly fine. Even I am learning this a bit. But the power here, which I wanted to show here, is that any indicator, so there are this built-in indicators which TradingView has, and it has a lot of indicators which are built by public. Okay, so a lot of people like you and me who are using TradingView, they also built a lot of these indicators. So let me load one indicator which is a public indicator. Okay, so say for example I load ADX and DI indicator, and click over here. Sorry, yeah, so click over here, and then you will see the source code of this particular indicator. So what I generally do is, this is very easy way, good starting point. Click on this code and it will be locked, right? So you'll not be able to change any script of this public indicator. But what you can do is you can just copy this and make a copy. Just click on this button, make a copy, and write your name, that customized ADX. Okay, so let me just save it as customized ADX. Now if you see from the lock sign, it is now in edit sign. And if I go here in my indicators and I go to my script, it is already saved. Okay, so the customized ADX indicator is already saved. So in future also I can load it anytime. Now basically that script is belonging to me somewhere. Okay, although the real credit is with the owner, but you made a copy of that, and that is the power of the public library. So it's more like a social network where you can share your learnings and your indicators and your strategies. And by the way, there are a lot of strategies also. So you want ready-made strategies, you can go to the public library, load the strategy, save as, make a copy. If you want to make any tweaks, you can make it, and then it's all yours, right? So that is again a power of public library which TradingView has. Now here you can change and tweak it, right? So if you want to change, say, closing on the 2-day basis, you can change it. And you need to understand bit of language, how Pine editor works, and just Google it. You will find a PDF which will show you how to learn Pine editor if you are interested. But for the basic sake also, if you want to just tweak the indicator and save it, you can just do it as simply as this, right? So right now without doing anything. I just got that indicator into my scripts. And same way I did one relative strength index. Okay, so I what I created is relative strength. I took a ready made indicator which was for Nasdaq, and what I did was very very simple. I just went here in the code, and I just changed the Nasdaq into Nifty. So there you can basically immediately track the Nifty relative strength instead of Nasdaq. So you can do little tweaks like this even if you don't know much of Pine Editor. But it gets very powerful if you actually know how to code it. And if you want to create your strategies, you can also do your strategy testing on this tab. So once you create any strategy, you can just apply the strategy tester on that particular strategy. And by the way, this is also available in the free version, so you don't need to go for the paid version for this. It's pretty much available for the free version. And then you get all the risk reward and how the strategy is performing, what is the average returns, what is the loss you suffer, what is the win rate. All the statistics comes out as soon as you run the strategy tester, right? So the Pine Editor, strategy tester, and the public library combined, it's again a very very powerful force. So the takeaway from this session, what we learned is, one, we went in depth into the screening thing, then we combined it with the power of alert system as well as the watch list system. So these three combined are very very powerful forces. The second most powerful thing which we learned is blending technical analysis and fundamental analysis, where you can learn both the things and see the trends of some of the fundamental indicators along with technical indicators real time on the charts itself. And the third, what we learned is more around Pine Editor and how you can use the public library, and combined with the strategy tester, it is even more powerful, right? So I think we have covered most useful concepts which are required as an investor for all of you guys. And some of you might not even be getting started on technicals, you are just learning. But this is all simple to use, whatever I've taught. This video will be available on YouTube, so you can watch anytime, right? And just share your feedback, how you felt, just put in the comment section. And I'm also doing a live webinar on second which is Saturday. So if you want to join that free live webinar, you can just note down this link, technofunda.co/webinar. If you are already part of my community, you don't need to join it. But if you are somebody who want to learn more on technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and how I go deeper into technofunda, and some of the concepts around financial freedom also I cover there. So if you want to learn more, just join me there. I'll share this link also in the chat box, just in case you are interested to register. Right. So I think that is it from my end. I would say thank you very much for joining. And it has been really wonderful talking with all of you and interacting with you, although on the chat. But it was really interesting. So looking forward to connect with you again on such live sessions whenever time permits. And wish you a very happy new year. Also, thank you, Rakesh, for that. And hope it was of value. You learned a lot of things during this session. And what I would like to reiterate also is, the real power is in practice. Okay, so once you have learned all the concepts, just make sure you implement all of these, right? So whatever you learned today, just try out, your dirty your hands, it's all right. Some steps you will fall apart, you will not be able to do, you will face challenges, but that's perfectly fine. So just try out your hands and make sure you learn and get a lot of insights, a lot of multi-baggers in 2021, right? So once you get it, just thank me if you get any multi-baggers through this process. And really appreciate your time. Happy New Year again, and see you again in one of such videos. If you're not yet subscribed to my channel, do so that we can stay connected and keep learning together, right? Thank you very much. Stay blessed and goodbye. Thank you, Satish, Anand, Pratik, Mahesh, Arun Kumar. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you, Dr. Babu. Rajesh Jain, thank you for joining. Shivam Goyal, thank you very much for joining. And let's stay connected. Bye bye.